friends, this is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. Recently I was scrolling through the internets and I stopped on the YouTubes, as always, as I tend to do, and I saw the leader, the admiral of the gaming division over there at the Empire, our good friend Arnold. And I noticed that Arnold has made some wild speculations in the past. And I mean that's something that we all do, but as I looked at it, he was wearing a tinfoil hat. And I gotta say, Arnold, I love you, brother. And you're obviously your speculation is spot on. Now, as much as I love you, brother, and I understand that it is hard to run a division out there, and your tinfoil hat is something to be desired. Now, I am somewhat of a conspiracy theorist, and I've got some tips if you want to learn how to make a tinfoil hat. I can make a video to help you. But here we have my tri-full. This is my pirate tinfoil hat. If you want to wear it backwards, this is what she would look like, right? Looks a little weird backwards, but it catches the sun's rays and the whatever. But here we go, guys. I've been wearing tinfoil hats since Arnold only had like 20,000 subscribers. And I gotta say, if we want to talk some speculation, let's talk speculation. Because I believe that we are about to get a series of video game posts. Now, I looked at this with Iden Versio. Obviously, we've wanted Iden Versio in the game. I love that they've brought her in. They're making the Imperial troopers, the troopers that we don't typically use, valuable, good, solid, swugga-worthy, willing to be, I don't know, freaking used. And I'm grateful for that. I love that. Now, let's look at some of the other characters that we've recently seen. We've got Dash Rendar, Darth Talon, Kyle Katarn, Mara Jade, Iden Versio. Now, as I was looking at this, I was thinking about this. Are we seeing a time when Capital Games, when Lucasfilm, when Disney, the holder of the purse strings, says, look, Capital Games, we know that you've got some of these characters created. You've been holding on to them because that's my full belief that they're constantly creating characters. They're just not in the game. But are they finally letting go of the strings and saying, look, we acknowledge that there's a lot of video games out there that are worthwhile, that are solid, that are good. Disney's telling Capital Games, hey, start putting these characters in and let's get some money flowing. Let's get some revenue. Let's remake Star Wars. Let's build upon what has already worked in the past. Now, I think that's what's happening. Now, that got me thinking, well, if that's the case, if Iden Versio's coming, who else is coming to Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes from the video games? Now, let's start with Battlefront, right? Battlefront had so many great characters and introduced us to so many great people, but are we going to get the full Inferno squad? Now, in the game, we have quite a few different characters. We have, obviously, Iden Versio, right? Now, these are the heroes that you could play. The original heroes, right? We've got Iden, because she's dope. We've got the sequel heroes. All right. You can actually be a BB-8 and a BB-9E droid. I find that absolutely crazy. But will we get the rest of Inferno Squad? Right? Will we get more of Iden Versio? Now, that she turned around, I got to point out what's interesting about that is right now there's a bug in the game. You can't actually spin Iden, which is odd because they know how much we love to spin our characters, right? But Iden is just the leader of the group. We've got Del Meeko, we've got Hask, and then if you look at the book, if you go and you look at Star Wars Battlefront Inferno Squad, you get another character who's awesome. Now, what else are we gonna get from this? Freaking ships! We don't have ships. We don't have the Corvus. We don't have any TIE fighters. Iden was a TIE pilot. We need a TIE ship for Iden. And, if we get the rest of the crew, great. But who else are we about to get? Boom! Jedi Fallen Order. Cal Kestis, the red-headed stepchild that we have all been wanting, that we all absolutely care about. Now, with that, you're going to get the ship, obviously. You would get these other characters, which, I mean, would probably be more of a support group, right? A Jedi support, right? Or just an unaffiliated Force user, because at this point, that's what he kind of is. But who else would you get? You would get the Inquisitorius. I mean, mad love for the Inquisitors. I am shocked and surprised that we haven't gotten them. But with, you know, the rumors that an Inquisitor will be in the Kenobi series, be prepared for one to come with that show. Now, who else are we going to get? Booyah freaking Grandma. Now, this is over on Nintendo. Now, I gotta say, I have to admit, there are moments when my nerddom is lacking, and I never played this. I did download it on Switch. This is on Switch, $7.49, which is like a solid price, right, for a video game of any kind, really, and especially one of this caliber. This is highly loved, highly desired. I have played a couple of rounds, and I gotta say, having Republic Commandos would be dope, right? Especially having like these three. If they had like an Iden Versio style, or not an Iden, a Fennec Shand style ability, because they didn't really work with anybody but themselves. So, you know, the fewer that work together, maybe the better. I don't know. But this would be dope. I've got to say, like, having Republic Commandos, I love the Galactic Republic. That is my favorite faction. It's the Jedi, it's the good clone soldiers, not like the Imperial Troopers. It's got so many great characters. I absolutely love it. So I would love to see this game come to fruition. But here's the thing. And part of the reason why I'm making this video is for you. Now, you know who you are as soon as I say this. But we got to look at this. We got to look at this. This was a leak that came out at the end of last year. It told us, it was a beta tester, and it said, hey, look, Qui-Gon Jinn is supposed to be Unreal. Yeah, he was supposed to be Unreal. But then, you know, they just nerfed him, so, you know, we'll see how that changes things. I gotta say, though, it's this little section right here at the very bottom. The next capital ship is likely to be the Sith with Nihilus. So what else are we gonna get? Boom. Knights of the Old Republic. Now you're saying to me, Thaddeus, we already have Knights of the Old Republic. They are already in the game. You are absolutely correct. We have Revan. We have Sith Revan. We have a series of characters from this game. We don't have number 2. Now, here's the other thing, too. If they're going to bring in Nihilus, you know, I mean, it makes sense. There's other things that they could do. But I got to say it. Are we going to see a galactic legend, Revan Redeemed? Now, I think it's possible. Rusty Jason thinks it's possible, right? Could we see a Revan Redeemed that has both all power from the Sith and then all power from the Jedi and be like an all-powerful character? Yeah, we absolutely could. If Disney is cutting the strings, if Lucasfilm says, hey, you know what? Really amp up some of these games that are already in existence and see what we can do. Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is getting a remake. It is not just a report. It's not just going from, you know, PC to phone to, you know, what do they call that? Nintendo Switch. It is getting a full remake. Just the other day, it was said that the old game style, that turn-based combat, is being replaced with something akin to what we saw in God of War. I don't know. Like, I'm really excited to see how that plays out. But you better believe that CG is going to work together with this other game, with this other studio, in order to build hype. Because that is what they want. Lucasfilm wants them to do. That is what Disney wants them to do. Could we see a Revan Redeemed? I think it's very possible. who would be a galactic legend opposite to that? Darth Bane. I mean, let's face it. Why is Bane not in the game? I have no idea. He is canon. Not that that matters to SWGOH anymore, but I could see it. Now, personally, I don't think this will come soon. I think what we're going to see is a ton of ships coming this year. I think it's very possible that we could see more for Iden Versio. A ship, definitely. I think Fallen Order could be on the horizon. But as we saw from this, everything in this post came true. Every single thing. Except the whole community killer. I mean, CG's been trying to kill its communities from time to time. It happens, right? They make changes. Hardcore fans are like, I'm out. They wash their hands of it. But everything from this post has come true except for Nihilus. What does that mean? Are we about to see a Knights of the Old Republic meta? Are we going to see all the characters from Kotor 2 being dropped before the release of this new game? I don't know. If they're making reference to it in the beta test, it's likely that they're making reference to it, that something that already exists in the game, and we just haven't seen it yet. But what do you guys think? Leave a comment in the section below. Let me know. Like, subscribe, share. Check out the links in the section below where you can find Going Nerdy swag, Audible books for free. Anytime you sign up, you do help the channel. But most importantly, tell me what you think. Also, could I give tips to Arnold about how to form a tinfoil hat? This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, ladies and gentlemen. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, my friends, smile and stay nerdy.